All right, we should be live. Hey, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us today. We're going to get the show started in just a few more minutes. Just a reminder that, as always, this is a free show, so do not feel obligated to tip. But if you would like to help support and keep the music going, there are links in all of the various chats, no matter what platform you are on. Thanks for your patience. We'll get started soon.
Hello, everyone. Hey, we'll go do this so I know you hear me. There you go. Hi, Jenny. Hello. Wow. Everybody's here. So let's see. We got Kansas, Nebraska, Michigan, Illinois. Carol, where do you live? Never mind. Just put in the chat. I'll figure that out. Massachusetts somewhere, I suspect. Well, welcome. So I'm really thrilled here to be working tonight with my friends from the Greenwood Coffeehouse, many of whom are here, and then people are watching on YouTube, which we realize is over there. Hello, YouTube. And then Facebook. Hello, over there on Facebook. You folks over there, too. So I'm going to talk a little bit about how we do this. Some of you are new, but those of you that are not, you can go ahead and raise your hands right now so that we can unmute you. So we like to have some people unmuted so that I can hear them and we can pretend this is a real show, even though it's not. I'm just playing to a screen with a bunch of images on them, but we're going to pretend otherwise. And so the way we do that is we need you to raise your hand if you feel like you're in a quiet place. You know, on Zoom, you have to any sound that you make is as loud as the performer. So if you're in a quiet place, no dog's gonna bark, no phone's gonna ring like that, raise your hands up. And so if you're new to Zoom or whatever, the participants window is down the bottom there. See it? If you click on that, it'll open up a screen, and it's a blue hand on the bottom there. It says raise hand, and that's how we know that you feel like you're in a relatively quiet place. So why don't we try to get as many as we can there so that we get this out of the way now. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We need a few more. Let's see. Let's see if we can get just a couple more people. Oh, there you go. There's a few more that are unmuted. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's plenty. So here, this is how this works. I'm going to count to 3, and when I get to 3, I want you to all laugh like you just heard the funniest thing that ever has been said in the history of the world. 1, 2, 3. Go ahead. And that really was a funny thing I said. So, so that's the interactive nature of this thing right here. So we're all set up. So now as I perform, you'll get better work out of me because I'll feel connected. The part of my brain that's used to hearing laughter and applause will be stimulated. It will be fooled. It will be deceived into believing that I'm at the Greenwood Coffee House in Ann Arbor, Michigan. But so I want to talk just for a minute about I first played there in the year 2000, and I didn't know anything about Michigan, and Katie was so kind to book me, Katie Geddes, and she's booked me twice a year, every year since then. It's the only place in the country where that's the case, where somebody books me in the spring and the fall every year, and I missed so much being there this year. COVID is you forget about it for a while, you're busy, whatever, but then all of a sudden things happen and you're like, man, Like I'd be going to Michigan, you know, I'd be seeing my friends and we'd be hanging around. So what I did tonight was I gathered a bunch of my friends to hang around with me and the after party so that we can simulate what I would be doing out there in the little church. So I see my friend Jen is there. Let's unmute her and her crying baby there. Jen's got a new baby. Thank you. Sarah's here from California. Sarah, I love you. I trust that things are okay with you, Sarah.
I'm doing okay.
All right. Sarah's near one of the big fires. Okay, so that's how much I love the Greenwood. They're sort of taking a sabbatical. Katie's resting up. They may do some live stream things, but they're gonna rest up and come back strong. But I can't wait to be with you all. It's a big part of my year and my traveling life. So if we were there, could be a good chance that this fellow I'm going to introduce you to now would be doing a song to open the show, and then we'd play together at the end. I met him at the Ark in 1999 at a show that Christine Lavin did. What was the name of that? The Stealth Project. We brought in the New Century, and we've become pretty close friends. And we commiserate about the state of our baseball teams. The Detroit Tigers and the Boston Red Sox have something in common now, and it's dreadfulness. Dreadfulness is what they have in common. And so we talk to each other on the phone, and we talk about the demise of representative democracy. We talk about 200,000 people dying in COVID. We talk about all the stress and the strain, but then we say to each other, that wouldn't be so bad if my baseball team didn't suck so much. So this is really one of my best friends in the world. It's somebody that I just love a lot, and I'm so glad he's here to start us off with a song. And his name is Matt Watroba. Let's make him feel good.
I'll tell you, sucking is a powerful bond. No question about it. Yeah, everything you said, Don. I would be opening the show for you, Katie, and I'd be singing with you toward the end. It's so good to see some of these faces from the Greenwood out there right now at what I consider to be sort of Brady Bunch style in squares on a screen. So there you go. I thought maybe, I stopped planning stuff many, many years ago, and it's really gotten worse through COVID. So I don't plan things anymore. And I had no idea what song I was going to sing right up until now. I don't want you to think that since I stopped planning things that I've lowered my expectations, though, because I have gotten rid of those completely. Those are gone. And it does miracles, I'm telling you. So I'm going to do this song from my dear friends Lou and Peter Berryman. I love singing this song. It's one that I recorded on my Community Sings Volume 1 CD, which you can check out. Brandon will put my website in the chat there in a minute if you want a CD you can sing along to. The chorus is very easy. I don't know if you're familiar with Lou and Peter's music, but they are brilliantly funny songwriters from Madison, Wisconsin. Peter wrote this song. He's the lyricist, and Lou, short for Louise, plays accordion and writes all the melodies. And he wrote this song after he had turned away somebody at his front porch who was knocking on the door bearing pamphlets. And on these pamphlets was this beautiful picture, all in pastels, that it had lions lying with mice and turtles and lions and children and snakes, and it was beautiful. And on the top it said, "When the glorious prediction comes true." And Peter thought that was beautiful, but he thought it brought up a few practical questions, which is where this song came from. Here's how the chorus goes. When the glorious prediction comes true, when the glorious prediction comes true, will it be as good for me as it will be for you? When the glorious prediction comes true. If you feel like singing. From the shower, we heard strangers ring our doorbell twice. We were dripping as they told us of their view. How the lions will be lying with the little mice when the glorious prediction comes true. So we asked them as we dried off what they really mean. Vicious pumas, will they settle for fondue? Will the bullfrog stick his tongue out for a lima bean? When the glorious prediction comes true. Here's the chorus. When the glorious prediction comes true. When the glorious prediction comes true. Will it be as good for me as it will be for you? When the glorious prediction comes true. Will there be more? Will there be no TV football if you don't like football? Will there be more TV football if you do? And if you're not sure if you like it, will there be some football? When the glorious prediction comes true. Will the lover who once dumped you for the hell of it, will they mention since they left you they've been blue? Broken-hearted, suicidal, also celibate. When the glorious prediction comes true. I think you got it now. When the glorious prediction comes true. When the glorious prediction comes true. Will it be as good for me as it will be for you? When the glorious prediction comes true. Will the tenants have their landlords let them stay for free? Or what should it be? Will the landlords let their tenants let them stay for free? Will the landlord get their rent paid when it's due? Will this somehow not be seen as a discrepancy? When the glorious prediction comes true. Will there be nothing parasitic on your chia pet? You know, I love that line so much, I think you should sing it with me. Will there be nothing parasitic on your chia pet? It even sounds good, it's latency. No more accordion playing people except for Lou. No more strangers ringing doorbells when you're dripping wet. When the glorious prediction comes true. One last time. When the glorious prediction comes true. When the glorious prediction comes true. Will it be as good for me as it will be for you? When the glorious prediction comes true. Lou and Peter Berryman.
Yeah.
Woo, thanks, man. Woo! Like
So good to see everybody. Well, I'll tell you what, I have been friends with this guy for a long time, and I know it's sort of a Boston thing that to show appreciation out on the East Coast, you know, what you do is you give them a lot of crap. You just, you know, give them a lot of crap. But as Don knows, in the Midwest, we are geographically incapable of doing that. So I'm going to just say that I consider this guy my brother. I love him dearly. I love what he does in the world. And I'm so proud and honored to be able to say, please welcome to this crazy thing we got going here, Mr. Don White.
Yeah.
Yay!
It's gonna be a fun night, man. I feel like I got all my friends around me tonight. It's great. I'm gonna start with this song because there's two people here. The song is I just made up a name and in this song because I needed a character in it, and I picked the name Jenny just because it was easy. And so I have one friend named Jenny and one named Ginny here. So I'm gonna play this song because it doesn't have anything to do with either of them, but it's kind of close to both of their names. Jenny's grandma went to Woodstock back in 1969. She keeps her ticket stuck in a chunk of mud at her house in the little shrine. She was always the girl in the hippie dress twirling at the shows by the Grateful Dead. If you ask her about it, man, you better sit down. Grandma will talk the ears right off your head. If you get her talking about the Grateful Dead, the Summer of Love or the Kool-Aid acid test, Jenny was always in her glory when she could hear the stories from her grandma's hippie friends about peace and love, taking care of one another, how great it all was back then. And that night she would dream of being on the bus with Kesey, seeing Jimmy in 69. But when she wasn't dreaming, she always had the feeling that somehow she'd been born in the wrong time. You know, you should have been 20 in 1969. All the gray-haired hippies say that all the time. But the cool grandchildren of the cool young women who danced in the Woodstock mud are sleeping on the beach in Montezuma, Costa Rica, having all kinds of fun, singing, there's only 1 minute if you're not living in it, it's never coming back again. Love your grandma, but Bible Ram Dass never said, be there then. It's gonna take a big leap of faith if you really want to find your tribe. Those were the first words Jenny heard in a song that she found online. And that summer she drove all the way to Minnesota to the Shangri-La Festival. And there they all were, all the people like her, who grew up believing that they were all alone. They said, hey girl, welcome home. Because the cool grandchildren of the cool young women who danced in the Woodstock mud are driving down the road all the way to Minnesota, having all kinds of fun, singing Jimmy and Jerry are dead and buried and they're never coming back again. Love your grandma, but Bible Ram Dass never said, be there then. Jenny's grandma went to Woodstock in 1969. Since then she believed there was never going to be a better time, and that's alright. But if you don't take your big leap of faith and get out there and find your scene, it will pass you by while you are trying to find your grandma's long gone Woodstock memories. Her Woodstock memories. Because the cool grandchildren of the cool young women who danced in the Woodstock mud are living on the beach in Montezuma, Costa Rica, having all kinds of fun, singing, there's only 1 minute if you're not living in it, it's never coming back again. Love your grandma, but Bible Ram Dass never said, be there then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the crowd goes wild. Went to California when I was young. I stood beside the highway, waved my thumb. I met a lot of maniacs, met a lot of bums. They were all really kind to me. Life is not like TV. People in Michigan say hello to people on the street that they don't even know. And drivers in Boston make a left-hand turn without turning their signal on. In 1993, if you were talking to yourself walking down the street, it was sad, because it meant that you were crazy. Now it means that you're a businessman. It's not crazy, but still kind of sad. I went to California when I was young. I stood beside the highway, I waved my thumb. I met a lot of maniacs, met a lot of bums. They were all really kind to me. Life is not like TV. You know, my boss is younger than my children are. I've got to tell you people, that's so bizarre. He's so adorable. When he yells at me, it makes me want to pinch him on his cheek and say coochie coochie coo coochie. I went to California when I was young. I stood beside the highway, I waved my thumb. Met a lot of maniacs, met a lot of bums. They were all really kind to me. Life is not like TV. lot of good musicians used to say to me, Don White, you can't play guitar, you can't sing, so you can never make it. In this here scene, I don't think that they were wrong, but I wonder where they all have gone. Oh, people in Michigan say hello to people on the street that they don't even know. Drivers in Boston make a left-hand turn without turning their signal on. They're not thinking about you at all. They just keep on rolling, keep on rolling, keep on rolling along. There you go. An old wife and a husband, they had a shiny little kid. When that kid turned 16, you won't believe what he did. He smoked a lot of marijuana, he snorted cocaine too. He told his parents he was gonna drop out of school. The father pounded on the table, the mother hollered and she screamed. They ran him down to the doctor. Doctor, what does this mean? Put them all on Prozac, right then and right there. He said you still have your problems, but now you just won't care. He prescribed a little therapy, some supplementary drugs, but he didn't write a script out for a little more love, just a little more love. What the heck could it hurt? It might not fix nothing, at least it won't make things worse. But when you're looking at your lifetime from the end when you are done, you know it might look a little better, see a little more love. I know a wife and a husband, and they had a shiny little kid. When that kid turned 16, you won't believe what she did. She said, Mom, I'm sleeping over Susan. That was just a big lie. What she really was doing was staying out all night. And when her parents found out, they cried boo-hoo-hoo. And then they called the radio talk show. They asked him, what should we do? He said, send her off to boot camp. That was his advice. It was good for his ratings, but it wasn't very nice. Just a little more love. What the heck could it hurt? It might not fix nothing, at least it won't make things worse. But when you're looking at your lifetime from the end when you are done, you know it might look a little better, see a little more love. I can see that you're a tough guy. You won't be pushed around. You're not gonna take it. You're good at putting your foot down. You might get killed by lightning. You might get hit by a truck. But if you are not that lucky, you might just wind up spending years in a rest home without a whole lot to do. But look back on what you did with the time God gave you, just a little more love. What the heck could it hurt? It might not fix nothing, at least it won't make things worse. When you're looking at your lifetime from the end when you are done, you know it might look a little better. Big, rough, tough guy, see a little more love.
Woo! Thank you, Don.
Welcome. So let me just put this in gallery view and see who's here. Neo. So I want to say hello to everybody who's watching on other things too. I can't really see you. Brandon will put the Zoom information in the chats and Facebook and on YouTube if you want to come over and join us where I can see you and we can hang out a little bit. But here we got my friend Tim Murphy from Colorado is here, and Jen and her baby, and oh man, this is really good. My friend Alan from Kansas, and Okay, it's all so good. And Neil, we'll talk later. But you looking good. Neil had surgery. I think this is Neil's 450th surgery, and he's doing okay. He's keeping some hospital, keeping the bills paid over there, and he's doing okay. So here, this is what we're gonna do now. I'm gonna talk to you about 2 weeks from now. 2 weeks from now, my anniversary. I think I have the math right on this, but I should because this is documented. So I'm hoping I'm right about this because we'll have to delete this, and Brandon will have to delete this and put the right number in if I get this wrong. But I believe that I will be married 43 years this year. How about that? Just one person. That's right. One human being.
Don, that checks out, by the way. That
That checks out. You did the math?
Yep.
Man, Brandon, he's earning his money big time over there. It's not just mutant and unmutant. There's some math involved in this too, I gotta tell you. Now, so I thought since the anniversary is the 7th, which is the Wednesday. So on the Thursday, I think we're gonna have a little celebration. Maybe I'll talk my wife into showing her face on the screen. I don't know. She's very reluctant to do that. Really, she just wants your money. She doesn't really want to know any of you. That's the thing with her. She's like, yeah, just keep those people away from me. Is kind of her thing. But I asked my son if he would perform with me that day, and he said that he would. So we're gonna have a reunion of me and my son. I'm not sure if he'll do it remotely or whatever, but him and I, we played many times at the Greenwood, right? I mean, he would come out with me out to Michigan. I would teach him what what civility looks like. He didn't know. He came from around here, and so I've been thinking a lot about her. So I'm going to play this song here. Two Vagabonds in Disguise is the name of it, and Terry and I hitchhiked for 3 years, from 3 out of 5 years, from 1975 to 1979. 3 of those years in there, we were standing on the side of the road hitchhiking through Colorado. We didn't go to too many of the rectangular states. There wasn't a lot to do there. We didn't spend a lot of time in Nebraska or Kansas, but we should have. There were nice people there. But we wound up doing all that and traveling and hitchhiking. And so now, all these years later, when I think about her, we just were sitting out in the backyard now talking about the kids and the grandkids and all that. I can see her. It's just a noteworthy thing to be able to look at somebody and see something completely different than what everybody else sees in them, right? Like if you saw us getting out of the car in the driveway, and you heard the sounds that we make when we get up, like like that, you would be pretty right in saying what I am seeing here is an elderly couple, right? This is an old couple here. That's what people see. But I don't see that. I see someone 17 with a hippie dress on that we found for 50 cents in a thrift store, with the wind blowing through her hair, and with an understanding of freedom that's deeper than anybody that we know. It went from the top of her head to the bottom of her feet. I just see her as somebody that the wind was blowing this way and that way. What's going to happen here? Who are we going to meet? What are we going to learn? I think about that a lot. It's a cool thing. It would be a good movie thing, like to show what somebody sees when they see us, and then what we see when we see each other. I could only speculate as to what she sees when she sees me. It might not be as beautiful as what I'm saying about her, but in any case, we're going to be married 43 years, and I hope you'll come to that. And I think I'm thinking about bringing in musicians that know her, which I have to go way back for that. Most of the people I met in the folk world, she has been pretty good at concealing herself from them. But maybe I'll find some. I'll put together a little band of people that know us before I start playing folk music. So. Didn't I know you? Didn't Didn't I know you in 74? You were 18 and out of control, hitchhiking far and wide for 10 months at a time, sleeping by the side of the road. All day long you would walk, hiking boots, Birkenstocks. You lived on black beans and rice. The wind in your hair, my friend, the freedom you knew back then still can't be seen in the eyes of a waitress with 2 kids at her side. Didn't I know you in 74? You were wild, you were out of your mind. Ram Dass and Alan Watts all night in truck stops, your poetry on highway signs. The road was your teacher, then sleeping on beaches and reaching for things in the sky. The wind in your hair, my friend, the freedom you knew back then still can't be seen in the eyes of a waitress with 2 kids at her side. When it's midnight, I work the graveyard shift. Daylight, I sleep. You watch the kids. No time, you're ironing your uniform. Midnight, you return. Leave the engine on a kiss. A hug at the door. A long time since 74. I left a note for you, a few things we need to do. It's hanging up on the wall. It says power bill must be paid, both the kids have been bathed. Your brother from Florida called. And round and around it goes, where it goes no one knows. Put your feet up for a while. There's wine in the fridge, I'm late, give me a kiss. You know, in that slow-moving smile, I still see that vagabond child. Didn't I know you in 74? You were wild, you were out of control, hitchhiking far and wide for 10 months at a time, sleeping by the side of the road. The road was your teacher, then sleeping on beaches and reaching for things in the sky. The wind in your hair, my friend, the freedom you knew back then still can't be seen in the eyes of 2 vagabonds in disguise. When it's midnight, I work the graveyard shift. Daylight, I sleep. You watch the kids. No time, you're ironing your uniform. Midnight, return, leave the engine on a kiss, a hug and a sigh. 2 vagabonds in disguise.
Oh, Don, that's
Nice.
beautiful.
Beautiful, Don. Beautiful picture. I love it.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
Oh man, I can't. Every time I see that picture, I want to take a nap because it just reminds me of how old I am. I think I was 18 in that picture or 17. That was in Amarillo, Texas. Uh, uh, yeah. All right. So, here. Hello, everyone. All my newcomers. Look at you all. All right. So here, I made a mistake earlier tonight, leaving it on gallery view, and then I get distracted when I look and see you all. Like I have to close my eyes. I need to have it just on the spotlight view because you're all too interesting, is what I'm saying. All right, here we go. Here, I think I'll just play another one for her, maybe. Here we go. We've been laughing all day today. Like, why? I think it's because we're crazy. Like, we're getting senile. Maybe we're just like our jokes are just funny to each other now again. But we laugh a lot in this house, and it's a handy thing to have. Laughter under pressure. Like, there's a lot of pressure now. So the more pressure that we're under, the more funny we are. So there's a lot of laughter around here, and that's one of the things that. That I like about my house, that when we're all together, there's a lot of fooling around here. So here we go. In the 18, 19, 20, 30, 40, almost 43 years that we have been wed, I've wondered if you ever heard a word I said, till I said, pass that remote control over here, and you told me to blow it out my ear. I love you, you sassy brat, you make me mad, you make me laugh. God, please don't cut our time in half. Let me grow old with my sassy brat. When my fans call up and say that I'm great, you tell them that is a huge mistake. That if they had to live with me, they would understand what a big pain in the ass I am. I love you, you sassy brat. You make me mad, you make me laugh. God, please don't cut our time in half. Let me grow old with my sassy brat. There are men that like women who they can dominate, to bring them breakfast in bed and always tell them that they're great. Well, my sassy lady never does that for me, but at least a life with her is definitely not boring. She says, Don White, if you want me to believe that you're great, do a couple loads of laundry around here someday. Hey pal, it's only because you're still kinda cute that I haven't already gotten rid of you. I love you, you sassy brat. You make me mad, you make me laugh. God, please don't cut our time in half. Let me grow old with my sassy brat. You say the kids have both gone to the show. How about a little quickie before they come home? And I say, I suppose you think you're really slick, the way that you keep emphasizing little and quick.
Goodness.
Not that funny. What are you little squares laughing at? I'm not that sure I love you, you're a sassy brat. You hurt my big fat ego and you make me mad. Please don't cut our time in half. Let me grow old with my sassy brat. Sassy bratty lady been hanging around here, driving me crazy. 43 years, if I could afford to see a psychiatrist, I'd ask him, why the hell do I like being treated like this? We were in bed, but we were still awake. You said I really love you in this life we've made. I said, hey, can I quote you on what you just said? You told me if I did, you'd punch me in the head. I love you, you sassy brat. You make me mad, you make me laugh. God, please don't cut our time in half. Let me grow old with my sassy brat. I hope it's not too much to ask. Let me grow older. I have to change that to, like, please don't cut our, like, it's already past half, isn't it? Like, Look at our time. Please give us this last 25%. Sassy Brad.
Hey, Don.
Yeah.
Well,
All right.
Right on.
we are rocking it. All right, so here, one of the things that I've been doing here is we're working on a new song. So now it's all done. I'm gonna play it for you now. So here it is. I feel like there's a group of people in the world that have needed a song because because it needs to be stated how the fact that they turned out to be okay is a miracle. So I'm talking about people who are raised by people who are not well enough to raise them well. I think that's the nice way to say that, right? Like if your parents are drug addicts or alcoholics or have mental health issues or have too many problems or whatever, if they're just not able to show you what you need, kindness, love, compassion, nurturing, then nobody would be surprised if you weren't able to function in the world if you didn't see any of that, right? And so if there's 5 kids in a family like that, it's a good chance that 5 of them will have trouble functioning well in the world. And nobody's surprised by that. But in my circle, if you take a look at your circle, start with your family and go out and your friends and your cousins, you can find them. People who were raised in situations that are hard to even talk about, but they turned out to be nurturing when they were never nurtured. They turned out to be kind when they never knew kindness. They turned out to be compassionate when they never saw, nobody showed them any compassion. They turned out to be generous when their family and the world surrounding that family were showing them how to be greedy and pushy and not generous of spirit. And so how does that happen? I've always marveled at it. I just think 2 things. One, I think you have a voice inside of you that just won't leave you alone and the world can't drown out. That might be one theory. Or maybe you go spend a summer with an uncle or a grandfather and they show you what a good example of somebody is or whatever. But anyway, I think I'm going to call this thing That's What Makes You Beautiful. I'm not sure exactly. But it's long and wordy and typical of me. But I just feel like I just really wanted a song to glorify people who beat the odds all by themselves. They can count their lonely hours when only they knew that kindness was better than what was around them, right? So this is their song, and I'm gonna get good at singing this, and I'm gonna find an audience for it, and the audience is almost everybody in the world, really, I think. You were taught by your world that empathy and kindness were the kind of things that made a person weak. They said push and grab and fight every minute of your life and trample those between you and what you believe you need. But from the moment you were born, in your heart there was a song you could hear through all the years of fear and insecurity, singing cruelty's always weak, but love and empathy are strong enough to break the chains of selfishness and greed. Gentle is the strongest thing to be. It's not the color of your eyes, it's not your hypnotizing smile, it's not any of the many things that everyone can see. It's the way you always knew what they told you wasn't true. It's how you made yourself the person that they taught you not to be. That's what makes you beautiful to me. You know it is not your fault that heroin and alcohol made them both too ill to give their children what they really need. But it sure would have been nice to be encouraged once or twice, to feel safe at night and have a life with just a little normalcy. But from the moment you were born, in your heart there was a song you could hear through all the years of fear and insecurity. When you feel hatred in your heart, you just remember who you are, and that underneath the weight of hate, your heart cannot be free. Forgiving is the stronger thing to be. A young man's eyes find beauty in what is on the surface, not within. He will walk past what is beautiful to be near the thing that shines. But these old man's eyes see beauty in the story, in the journey. They have seen too much to be fooled by what attracts a young man's eye. From the moment you were born, in your heart there was a song you could hear through all the years of fear and insecurity. There is nothing that this world can do to crush the love inside of you. Under neglect, abuse, and selfishness, you were caring, kind, and generous. It is the lonely road that brought you here. It's how all alone you persevered. It's the defiance and tenacity of your heart song of humanity. That's what makes you beautiful. That's what makes you beautiful. That's what makes you beautiful to me.
Beautiful, Don.
Thanks, Don.
Oh,
Beautiful.
Don.
Absolutely beautiful.
That was stunning, really.
Thanks. So, when I wrote my book, right, it ruined me for songwriting, because when writing a book, I just felt like I could say anything I wanted and take as long as I could to do it, right? So I could digress and all that. And then when I started writing songs again, I hated them. There were too many rules. Like, I couldn't digress. I had to do, I had to rhyme everything. I couldn't, like, that song's long. I bet that's a 6-minute song. Like, what radio station's ever going to play that thing? It's not going to do it. I'm a prose writer who's disguised as a songwriter in those situations. And the last bunch of songs that I've written have been that way. They've been prose, little novels with character development and complex ideas that people have to stay focused to pay attention to understand, right? Everything that you're not supposed to do in a song. But now I've given myself a break from that. The next song, I wrote it down. The next song I'm going to write is going to be primal. It's going to be simple. The words aren't even going to matter. It's just going to have a backbeat. And it's going to go like this. I love you, big mama. Let me see that thing. Boom, chaka wang, wang, boom, chaka wang. When I see your thing, I want to sing and sing. Oh, boom, chaka wang, wang, boom, chaka wang. I'm telling you, it's going to be the most popular song that I ever wrote. I'm telling you. I could write that song in 4 minutes. in 4 minutes while doing a trigonometry test too. I could you know, my mom wants me to sing and my mom wants me to read and try to use my brain, but I just want to see my baby boom chucka wang. Ow, boom. Like, and people are gonna start like, and I'll put it out under an alias so they won't know it's a folk singer. Do you know what I mean? I promise you, this will be the most popular thing I've ever done. People be coming to my concerts. Don, we love your wordy songs and your little novellas, but we really want a little more boom chucka wang. If that's okay for you, Don. I can see that all coming. So I'm gonna work on that. I promise you. You know, it reminds me of the story. Here. Give a little rock and roll history lesson here. There was a band called a guy named Doug Somm lived in Texas, right? And he was a Texas songwriter. And when the British invasion came, his manager took a bunch of the early Beatles records and he listened to them and he goes, "These guys are basically doing the Cajun two-step music." He goes, "We could do that." So they changed their name to the Sir Douglas Quintet. This was a bunch of Texans, right? And so they sounded like they were the British invasion band, right? Like the Dave Clark Five and all that, the Sir Douglas Quintet. And they had a gigantic hit with that song, "She's About to Move." You know that song? She was walking down the street, looking fine as she could be. Hey, hey, she's about to move her. That's the Sir Douglas Quintet, pretending they're British, jumping in on the British invasion, and just using the chords from Beatles songs, right? And so I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna write Boom Chuckle Wang Wang. I'm gonna change my name to like DW and the Sunshine Band or something like that.
Release it on a hip hop label.
I'm gonna release it on a hip hop label. I won't put any photographs of me out there or anything like that. I'll put a big spliff on the front cover, something like that, and that'll subsidize my little word novellas that I've been writing.
They call it blunts these days, Don, not spliffs.
What do they call blunts?
They call them blunts, not spliffs these days.
Grandpa is so far behind.
Yeah, you
this.
can listen to Sarah. Yeah.
Sarah, how exactly do you know that?
I plead the fifth.
There's a lot of smoke coming from Sarah Square right now. What's going on over there?
There's a fire here.
Right, she's next to the fire. Best excuse ever. She's in California. There's smoke everywhere.
And she's staying where all the smoke is.
All right, let me play this song. We'll take a break. If you want to hear something, I'll play till about 20 past when I get back, 25 past, and we have a nice group of folks to hang out with us after. I'm going to put the information up if you want to donate. You know, if you don't have any money, you can hang on to your money. But if you're in a situation to help out, do that. I'm going to get with Katie, and we're going to see if there's a organization in her town that needs some money or something like that, and we'll throw it toward a food bank or something like that. But really, what you're supporting is me, Don White, and the ramen noodle and black bean salad fund is what we're calling it now. And so here. Since we were talking about this, I'll do this. We'll take a little break, and I'll be back later. And you know, if you have requests, throw them in the chat. I can't promise I'll get to them, but I see Tim's here and some people that requested things from last week, so I might be able to get to some of them. I sat around with Sarah in California. I sat around with a bunch of stoners. I listened to them talk all night long. They were sure that their conversation was deep with a meaning, but except for Sarah, they were wrong. 'Cause when you smoke it, it makes you stupid. I thought you knew it, but I was wrong. We're not having a conversation. This is nothing at all. My friend Harry lit up a blunt deep to celebrate my brand new job. I watched his brain float out of my window. He left me talking to an empty blob. 'Cause when you smoke it, it makes you stupid. I thought you knew it, but I was wrong. We're not having a conversation. this is nothing, nothing at all. What if our whole life was just a dream, man? What if we're dreaming this right now? I forgot what I was just saying. Let's order pizza. Pizza. Wow. 'Cause when you smoke it, it makes you stupid. I thought you knew it, but I was wrong. We're not having a conversation. This is nothing, nothing at all. It cures glaucoma. It cures insomnia. And some people say it is a cancer cure. But it does not cure incoherent conversation, that's for sure.
Hey, Don.
Yeah.
All right.
We'll see you in a couple minutes. All right.
All right.
I love you, big mama, let me say that thing. Boom, chucka, wang, wang, boom, chucka, wang. When I see you chucka, wang, it makes me wanna sing. Boom, chucka, wang, wang, boom, chucka, wang. Boom, chucka, wang, wang, boom, chucka, wang. My mom wants me to read and try to use my brain, but I just wanna see my baby, boom, chucka, wang. Boom chucka wang wang, boom chucka wang, boom chucka wang wang, boom chucka wang. The DJ at the wedding is so damn lame. To get this party jumping, play boom chucka wang. Boom chucka wang wang, boom chucka wang, boom chucka wang wang, boom chucka wang. Break it down. Boom. Ow. Boom. Ow. Chucka wang wang. Boom chucka wang wang, boom chucka wang, boom chucka wang wang, boom chucka wang.
Nicely done.
What? What happened?
Someone stole your song, man.
What? I knew it was worth millions. You tell me that something like that, if I put a little time into it, you wouldn't hear it at every wedding that you went to in the next 10 years.
John, you and Teresa are going to retire on that damn song.
I know it. I thought it was a joke, and it is a joke, right? But every morning when I wake up, I open my eyes up and I'm like, I'm not thinking that's what makes you beautiful. I'm thinking boom chaka wang wang boom chaka wang. It's like it's in my head every morning now. So there you go. All right. So let's see. Did I see that Tim Mason is here? Let's look around.
Yeah, he is.
Where is he? Where's he hiding? Tim, is Shannon there? Can he?
I think Shannon's out of town.
No, and that's actually why I was coming in. I just texted her. Shannon's with her mom up in California, and I was expecting her to drag her mom into this. But
I practiced up the song she wanted to hear, but I'll save it for her for when.
Well, that's all right. It was me that asked for it, Charlie and Maureen.
Yeah, all right. So I'm gonna play this song, but I'm looking at all the rest of you people who have been fans of mine forever, and I want to tell you there's a good reason why I don't play this song. I developed this audience after the part of my life where this song came from, that just really wasn't prepared for this one. It felt like it was just hard on them,
Yeah, but Don, this was one of the songs that caught my attention, that got me to put you in front of everybody.
Yeah.
All right, so Tim Mason, I owe the guy in square number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, square number 12. He got my career going by booking me, and so this is what. All right, so I'm gonna play. I practiced it. When I was playing it, I was loving it. But it's so at the time I was drinking and hanging around bar rooms and special bar rooms like the corner bar, right? The corner bar that the bikers hung around in. So I was doing a really long sociological study. I was taking notes. I was studying the people that lived in these worlds, of which I was one of them. So this is a song called Charlie and Maureen. It's about two middle-aged people in a corner bar, and the conversation. Many of the reasons why I don't play it is that this is the way we all talk around here, especially in that world. They tease each other, but I think in my Unitarian infused world, it feels a little harsh to them. But I used to say this to people. I say that Charlie and Maureen are two people that I like a lot. They're really excellent people, except they have one huge problem, and that is that they make bad decisions at key points in their life. So if you ask them, if you pose to them, should I go for my third interview for that job with the union that might get me health benefits and make it so that I can be good for the rest of my life, or should I go on a 4-day bender? Then they would have an issue, that they wouldn't probably make the good decision there. As you can see, I'm putting a chill on all of you already, right? This is a world that you shouldn't have to know. You shouldn't have to know this world, but I'm bringing you there because Tim did a lot for me, and here we go. All right. Maureen has been drinking sombreros all night. She's been staring at John, who is perhaps half her age. Maybe 15 years ago, even though she wasn't beautiful, she might have had a slim chance at him anyway. The chance is substantially slimmer today. Now Charlie is giving her the eye, and she recalls his first wife and their reception at the old Legion Hall. And he was muscular back then. What happens to mid-aged men? The muscles in their chests seem to fall. Now he looks like he swallowed a basketball. You know something, Charlie? If you lost about 40 pounds and worked out sometimes at the gym. And if you bought some new clothes to wear, once in a while combed your hair and shaved those whiskers off your chin. I'm trying to picture you now, hang on a second. I think you'd still be ugly as sin. Give me a break, Maureen, you ain't no beauty queen, no matter how much rouge you put on. And she knows he would rather be taking home Sarah. He knows she'd rather go home with John. Dream on. Dream on, dream on. And Charlie and Maureen aren't the king and the queen. They're just grabbing whatever they can. And when they get it on, she imagines he's John. He imagines she's Sarah McMahon. It ain't love, but it ain't so bad. He says you want to hear a real funny one. Soon your daughter will be 21 and drinking down here with her mom. And I want to see the look on your face when she comes up to you one day and says, I'm moving in with a man in the morning, Mom. It's that cute guy down the bar who's named John. She says, have you heard that age-old line? They all look good at closing time 'cause you're drunk and your options are few. Well, I have had 10 drinks, give or take a few. It's last call, it's 10 till 2, and Charlie, I'm looking at you. And I don't think that old line is true. Charlie and Maureen aren't the king and the queen. They are grabbing whatever they can. And when they get it on, she imagines he's John. He imagines she's Sarah McMahon. It ain't love, but it ain't so bad. Now at this point in Charlie and Maureen's enchanted evening, Charlie's had 14 Budweisers and 3 of those remarkably illuminating shots of peppermint schnapps, and he's beginning to get profound and philosophical. And the best thing you could say at the end of this song is, I don't know what he was talking about. That would be the best thing. Anyway, he looks over to Maureen, he's going to say something deep, she can tell. And he's got... And what he has to say is so profound that it cannot be contained within his face and his brain. It's kind of like bulging out prematurely, like, so his lower lip kind of goes out above his upper lip. Have you ever seen a drunk person do this, like this, like that means that what they have to say is so big it cannot be contained. It's bulging out. He says, I just had a strange thought. I think you and I are like the Red Sox. We're always trying to catch up from behind. Or we score big in the first inning, and through the whole game we're winning. Then we give up the grand slam in the 9th. Maureen, I think we're the best 5th place team of all time. She says, that's brilliant. It's philosophical. Lord, I need another sombrero. Here's the keys. Please warm up the Pinto. And it's a story without a miracle. The ending is predictable. The drunk Juliet, the fat Romeo. They're not inspiring, but at least they're not alone. Charlie and Maureen aren't the king and the queen. They're just grabbing whatever they can. And when they get it on, she imagines he's John. He imagines she's Miss December 2012. But he has the good sense not to tell her that. He'll be sleeping in the friggin' Pinto again. It ain't love, but it ain't so bad.
Woo! Thanks,
Thank you,
Don.
Don.
Yeah.
We had 40 people, now we're down to 22. You see what that song does? It was fun to play, Tim. Thank you for asking me. It brought me a lot of memories, you know. Oh my God. All right, so I'm gonna play another tune and then we'll go to our after party. I was looking in the chat and I want to get in on this conversation. Was it Kate or somebody who got cut off in traffic today in Boston? Was that you, Kate? Can she unmute herself, Brandon? Forget who it was. But
Yeah, it was Kate.
It was Kate. So she said that she got cut off in traffic and in Boston, and then a big conversation in the chat here went to about the middle finger driving, right? So I have a joke about that. Did you hear the story of the man of the Boston driver, the man from Boston who worked in a machine shop, and he had a terrible accident at his machine, and it cut his middle finger off, and after that he was not able to drive.
Lost his turn signal.
All right. Guys are awesome. Thanks. And for all of you who come every week, thank you so much. You know, what's happening is I just keep learning more and more and getting better how to play to the camera, how to make it interesting, how to feel like I'm performing, not just singing to a screen, and I have to do it every week to get good at it. I also want to take a minute and thank Katie Geddes, who's here. She runs this venue, and she really is one of my dearest friends in the world. I just love her so much, and I'm so grateful to her, and she does so much for so many people in this world, and she's got a bunch of friends in here, so why don't we all give her a nice big round of applause.
Yeah.
Thank you, Katie. So let me play this song, then we'll put the splash up, and if you can donate, please do. I need to go grocery shopping, and I don't have any money to do it with, so that would be great. So does anybody want to hear anything? Should I just pick something? Here. It's not fair to do that to you. Let me just do something. You know, I can't do covers, I'm afraid. Like I got, you know, one time we did this show and by accident, it wasn't Brandon, it was my friend Brian was running the show and he played a little bit of, like his Spotify came on and played a little bit of, like a minute of, what was it? Love Shack.
Yeah, Love
and then
Shack.
all of a sudden, I got like a notice from Warner Brothers Records, and they were like, "We're shutting you down. You can't do that." Which I understand that it's good. I mean, but I think if I do a cover, it'll be so unrecognizable to an algorithm. I'll do it in a different key, and I won't sing it well. They will never find it. So here. Let me do this one. I'll do this cover. We're in Michigan today. This is a thing that I ended my show with when we were playing in Flint. Flint, man, talk about a town that's been punched in the stomach. That town has just been, there's such wonderful people there, and they're so strong and fantastic, and they had just won a court case there too, and they got their first settlement. So first of what we hope will be many, so to the people who, you know, who drank all that lead water and all that stuff. And so this is a cover. I won't say the person's name because the algorithm might pick that up, but we'll see. If you can't watch this on YouTube tomorrow, you'll know why. It's because this is it. But I'll sing it so poorly that they'll never recognize it. That's my theory here. This is for all my friends in Flint, right up the road from the Greenwood. Half a mile from the county fair, and the rain came pouring down. Me and Willie standing there with a silver half a crown. And we took our fishing rods and our tackle on our backs. We just stood there getting wet with our backs against the fence. Oh, the water, oh, the water, oh, the water. Hope it don't rain all day. Well, the rain let up and the sun came up and we were getting dry. So glad the pickup truck nearly passed us by. Jumped right into the Garabagarinn and he took us up the road. Saw us swim and we jumped right in, not to mention fishing poles. Oh, the water, oh, the water, oh, the water. Let it run all over me. And it stoned me into my soul. Stoned me just like going home. It stoned me. And it stoned me into my soul. Stoned me just like going home. It stoned me. Way back home, we sang our song, our throats were getting dry. Saw the man from across the road with the sunshine in his eyes. Lived all alone in his own little home with a great big gallon jar. Bottles too, one for me and you, and he said, kids, there you are. Oh, the water, oh, the water, oh, the water. Getting myself from a mountain stream. And it stoned me into my soul. Stoned me just like going home. And it stoned me. And it stoned me into my soul. Stoned me just like going home. It stoned me. Thank you for another nice Thursday.
Thanks, John. That was beautiful. Absolutely.
All right, so let's
beautiful.
take a minute. We'll play. I was gonna say we'll have a little dance party. We'll play Boom Chukka Wang Wang. Everyone can dance in their squares. What do you think? No, we'll skip that. Maybe next week. We'll take just a minute and you know what, Brandon? Play it just a little bit and film the squares. I'll use it later, right? So all of you people in your squares that are get your videos on. If they're not on, let me get as many of you as I can in here, and we'll just play a little bit of it. And everybody pretend you're at a wedding. And, you know, they just played some Paul Simon song that was so wordy, made you want to kill yourself. And now, finally, they're playing something we can dance to. And so dance in your little squares. All right, ready? Go ahead, Brandon.
The Zoom line dance.
Oh,
I love you, big mama.
I can't see
let
the
me
square.
say that thing.
Yeah.
Boom chukka wang wang, boom chukka wang. When I see you chukka wang, it makes me wanna sing. Boom chukka wang wang, boom. Boom chukka wang wang, boom chukka wang. My mom wants me to.
Worst DJ ever.
Frank.
I just wanna see my baby boom chukka wang.
Trying to get a recording of it. I'm not sure if it'll work because it's on a screen share.
Don't worry, man. It's all good.
Chukka wang. Boom
Sarah, you
chukka
wouldn't
wang,
cry.
wang, boom chukka wang. The DJ at the wedding is so damn lame. To get this party jumping, play boom chugga wang. Boom chugga wang wang, boom chugga wang. Boom chugga wang wang, boom chugga wang. Break it down.
Break it down.
Boom, ow, chugga wang wang. Ow, boom chugga wang wang, boom chugga wang.
All right, that's enough. You're killing me. Stop it. All right. So I told the guy, when my friend John, who's singing that, I go, all I want. Here's the lyrics. I want it to be, a dance tune, and it has to say "break it down," and I have to be able to hop, like go "ow" like James Brown, like "ow, break it down." Wang wang. All right. So I'll be back in 1 minute. I'm gonna go splash some water on my face. We got Matt coming back and some other special guests, and we'll have a little after party. I love you. We'll see you in just a minute. All right.
All right.
Chugga wang wang.
Boom chugga wang wang, boom chugga wang.
I hear you all out there. I hear you all out there. I know you're never going to get that out of your head.
I'm trying to sing it along with the acoustic music that's playing now. Hi. Ginny, I see you got the lighting right.
Well, actually, when it first started, it didn't have any power at all.
Oh.
Wow.
But you had internet.
Well, yeah, because this is a Verizon tablet. It's got a phone number, so.
Ah, there you go.
And they said it wasn't going to be back till tomorrow night, but we got it back.
What did you get? The rain?
No, I don't know what it was.
Oh.
Construction, maybe. Wow.
I don't know.
Well, good luck.
Music got really low.
Let's see who else is on.
Don White's Everything Must Go sale. All right.
Where? What?
That's a link in the chat.
Everything must go. That's so funny.
Trying to unload all those back stock of CDs and DVDs and books.
Yeah.
Got to make room for the new book.
You do. You do.
Need to make room for the new CD, Boom Chicka Wang Wang.
Oh, that too. Yeah, that one's gonna sell like hotcakes.
I would buy
Order a lot of those.
What is this music that you're playing in between things?
Steve Rapson.
Yeah, Steve Rapson.
It's wonderful.
He was kind enough to let us use his music as background music for all of Don's shows.
Fantastic.
And YouTube's content ID doesn't choke on it.
Actually, no, I never thought of that. Surprisingly, no, though.
Okay.
Honey Bun, we're back.
All right. There you go.
General announcement right there.
You know, these are so much fun for me, and it's just great. I feel so alone in the world these days. It's just good to be with you all. You know, even in this weird way. It's just, you know, I don't know. This is what we lost, right? We lost. Oh, Brandon. So what we would have done after the show is we would have scurried off to Carson's restaurant, right?
Yes.
And So and then Jenny would be with us, right? And the whole crew. We'd get in there just before they closed down, and then we'd be the only people in there, and then we'd stay until they threw us out, right? Until they couldn't stay. They'd start playing really horrible music, and we'd have to leave. That's was their method.
Turn the
right?
lights up really bright.
So Brandon, can you put the thing up? Look at that. There you go.
Nice.
It's not a joke here. That's Carson. There we would be, right by the window, right, hanging out over there, annoying, talking and all that. So we can't do it, but we can simulate it, right? We can pretend at it. There you go, Carson.
Have to Photoshop us into those chairs.
That's awesome. All right, so I'm going to introduce my friend Matt Watroba. He's just a good pal of mine and a great guy in the community, man. The community sings, helping everybody out and doing all. He's got a great radio show. We'll talk about that when we go around one more time, Matt. But right now, why don't you play a song and start off this part of the program?
You got it, buddy. I feel a little guilty because I had to miss most of the concert, but for good reasons. I got like an idea for a song that hasn't been happening much lately, and I ran into the other room and I actually adapted this old folk song that I think gets a bad rap. And I'm going to just do it because that's what these chats are all about, right?
Yeah, let's do
Yeah.
it.
So we all know that song.
I feel something diabolical happening. I just sing.
It goes like this. Boom chuck away. Boom chuck away. Boom chuck away, way. Everybody, boom chuck away. Boom chuck away. No, please stop. Stop.
Oh Lord, boom chuck away.
Oh, I don't think you're going to get any copyright trouble over that one.
Have to submit, replace "Oh Lord" with "Break It Down."
That's right. Boom chugga, break it down. Yeah, I'm going to work on that for you guys. Well, one of my memories of the summer was sitting in Don's living room. Luckily enough, we were both booked to play at what was that? What's that festival in Massachusetts we played? The
New Bedford. The
New Bedford Festival. And it made sense to fly into Logan Airport, and Don picked me up, and we spent one of those glorious couple of hours that we get to do every once in a while, just talking and laughing and playing songs for each other. And I sort of debuted this newer song to him that night. So I think I'm going to try it for all of you right now. This is what I did. I think I set out to write a new Cat Stevens song. I think that's what this boils down to. But so let's see what happens. There is no word for the coming of the dawn. It casts its spell with dew upon the lawn. Language fails and meaning is blurred for the dawn. There is no word. There is no word for the color of the sky. A paintbrush stroke the sun will amplify. To add your voice would be absurd for the sky. There is no word. But we talk of the way it makes us feel. And we think, but none of it is real. We might find out that our soul will be revealed when we learn to just be still. There is no word for the whisper of the wind. No need to ask where it's going, where it's been. It's just not like any song you've ever heard for the wind. There is no word. But we talk of the way it makes us feel. And we think, but none of it is real. We might find out that our soul will be revealed when we learn to just be still. There is no word for the look that's in your eyes, splashed with light and color from the sky, alive and deep like the shadow of a bird for your eyes. There is no word. But we talk of the way it makes us feel, and we think, but none of it is real. We might find out that our soul will be revealed when we learn to just be still. Yes, we might find out that our soul will be revealed when we learn to just be still. 'Cause I'm being followed by a moon shadow, moon shadow, moon shadow.
Matt, I love
Beautiful.
that song. Woo! That's awesome.
Thank you.
That was great, Matt. Thank you. You know, when I first met you, I don't think you wrote songs, but man, you really have put some great songs into the world since then. I mean,
Thank you. I really did come late to the songwriting party, no doubt about it.
right, but I mean, I've known you, I guess it's 20 years now, and man, it's just beautiful songs. So let's hear it again from Matt Watroba. We'll go around one more time.
Hey,
Yeah.
Matt.
I want to call out somebody who's here that I haven't seen here before, but is a good friend of mine and helped me out when I was in trouble a couple times. So Jeff Shaw, can you unmute yourself there, buddy? Let me talk to you for a second. So how are
What's
you,
up?
my friend?
I'm
all
doing.
right?
Yeah, sorry I haven't been able to get on. I've been just really busy, you know.
That's okay, man. But Jeff's a good musician, kind of a blues guy. Have you ever played harmonica like on this thing? Sometimes it's hard to make it work, but I'd like, if you want to do a little piece, we'll go around one time, grab your harmonica and just do a little something for us.
I wish I could, but I don't have them with me at the moment.
Okay.
So
Go ahead.
I have a couple of new songs that I actually wrote, that are coming out real soon. And hopefully the next time I can probably do that for you.
That'd be great. I'd like to hear it. Jeff came in and helped me out at a show one time when my sound guy went, and I know him from a lot of different things. So he's a good guy, and I'm glad to see you, buddy. Glad to see you doing all right. Everybody healthy where you are?
Yeah, everything's great. Yeah, my wife's doing good.
Yeah.
We're going to be doing a benefit show with James Montgomery coming up October 17th, right here in my backyard.
You're doing backyard shows?
In a backyard show, yeah.
Good.
Yes.
Good.
It's a save the C note, because they're trying to keep from closing down.
That's that club down in Hull?
Yeah. They've been around for decades, and
yeah.
I feel bad for them because they're trying to scrape up the money to keep it going, but it's been really hard with the the COVID and all that stuff going on. So
when is that show with James Montgomery?
October 17th from 1 to 5 p.m. here in Middleborough,
Mass. Why don't you type that into the chat? There's quite a few people from Massachusetts in this group here, and maybe someone will come. So it's good to see you, Jeff, and thanks for all the good stuff that you're doing. All right, so now I want to introduce my friends from Illinois. So these folks I met, I think at a folk alliance, but I kind of was smitten with them right away. Just loved their sound and the way they approach the music and this sort of sneaky, funny thing that they've got going. I don't know how to describe it at all, but I'm so glad that they're here. So representing the Midwest, the Illinois part of the Midwest, the Chicago part, let's have a nice welcome for Robin and Jenny Benneman.
Hi, friends. We also had a kitty cat representing the feline population of the Midwest.
Nice.
Yay. Oh, very beautiful.
Yeah, thank you. He could hear that because the mic was live, and I think that'll be really good for our attempt to sleep through the night. Now that he's beautiful, he's going to be wanting more food. But Don, that was a great show. Still smiling. We had to get up and go eat our leftover pizza after that one song.
Wow.
All right, here's a song about how we have to live during COVID.
We should turn that off.
You got your original sound off and all that, right? It says off.
Hold on a second. Keep vamping. Enjoy the dulcet tones of my husband playing guitar for you right now.
good to me, so I think it's right.
Rubber ducky, you're the one. You make bath time lots of fun. Rubber ducky, I'm awfully fond of you.
Rubber ducky, joy of joy. When I squeeze you, you make noise. Rubber ducky, I'm awfully fond of you.
Well, every day when I make my way to the tabby, I find a little fella who's cute and yellow and chubby.
Break it down, Jenny.
All of me, why not take all of me? Can't you see I'm no good without you? Take my lips, I long to lose them. Take my arms, I'll never use them. Your goodbye left me with eyes that cry. How can I go on, dear, without you? You took the part that once was my heart, so why not take all of me? All of
Rubber ducky,
me,
joy
why
of joy.
not take all
When I squeeze you, you
me?
make noise.
Oh dear, can't you
Rubber ducky, you
see?
are my very best
I'd
friend.
be lost
It's
without
true.
you. Your
Rubber
goodbye
You are the one.
left me with
You make bath
eyes
time
that
oh
cry.
so
Oh dear, how
Rubber
can
ducky,
I
I'm awfully
go on
fond
without?
of.
How
Rubber
can
ducky,
I
I'm awfully
go
fond
on
of.
without? How
Rubber
can
ducky,
I
I'm awfully
go
fond.
on without you?
Woo! Awesome. Oh my
That's
gosh,
terrific.
that was great.
Nicely done.
Thank you.
Oh, good.
Wow.
Thank you.
You're very kind.
Really, that's great.
Wow. Wow, that was awesome. Let's hear it again for these two characters from the Midwest.
Yeah.
Oh, man. So you'll hang around. We'll go around one more time and we'll talk a little bit about the projects that you've gotten going on and the writing things and all that stuff. Does that sound good to you guys?
Sounds great.
Okay. All right. So now I want to bring out my friends, Mustard's Retreat. Are they both there, or is it? Look at them, they're both there. So they're celebrity disguised under the name David Tamulevich, but it's the two of them. Oh, hi, how you doing, guys?
We're doing great.
Hi, Katie.
Hey.
Hi, Libby.
Miss you.
Miss you too.
Well, Don, this show sure has taken a strange bent, starting with Boom Chaka Wang Wang, which is ever so memorable. It's like an earworm now. I'm glad Matt did something with it. I started to, and then I thought, no.
It's just not right.
There's so much about it that's not right, Don.
That's why it's worth millions. I'm telling you, David. We've been going the wrong way, trying to write thoughtful songs. Like trying to change the world. Just get the bumps jumping. That's it.
Just cover all the bases.
That's right. So, and then, Robin and Jenny did that song about the rubber duck, and looking at the lights behind them, it just made us think of this song. This is another, I don't know if it's so strange. It's a poem that was really popular just over 100 years ago, written by Eugene Fields. He was called the children's poet out of Chicago. And this is a poem that my aunts used to read to me when I was a little kid, and at some point I put music to it. Whoops. Boom Chaka Wang Wang.
It's a hit.
Winking and blinking and nod one night, sailed off in a wooden shoe. Sailed on a river of crystal light into a sea of dew. Where are you going? What do you wish? The old moon asked the three. We have come to fish for the herring fish that live in the beautiful sea. Nets of silver and gold have we. Said winking, blinking and nod. The old moon laughed and sang a song as they rocked in the wooden shoe. And the wind sped them all night long, ruffled the sea of dew. The little stars were the herring fish that live in the beautiful sea. Now cast your nets wherever you wish, never fear to weave. So cried the stars to the fishermen three, winking, blinking and nod. All night long their nets they cast to the stars in the twinkling foam. Then down from the sky came the wooden shoe, bringing the fishermen home. 'Twas all so lovely a sail it seemed, as if it could never be. And some folk thought 'twas a dream they dreamed of, sailing that beautiful sea. But I shall name you fishermen three, winking, blinking and nod. Winking and blinking are two little eyes, and nod is a little head. And the wooden shoe that sailed the skies, a wee one's trundle bed. So shut your eyes now as mother sings of the wonderful sights they be, and you will see all those beautiful things as you rock on a misty sea. Where the old shoe rocked the fishermen three, winking, blinking and nod.
Oh, that was so nice, David. Thank you so much. And Libby, thank you. Beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That was great, you guys. So you'll hang around. We can go around one more time, and you can fill us all in on what you're doing next time around. So let's get back to Matt Watroba. Matt, let's talk a little bit. So why don't you talk a little bit about what you and Robert Jones are doing, Matt?
Yeah, Robert Jones, if you don't know Robert's work, he's an amazing, he knows more about African American folk music, blues, spirituals, gospel than anyone I've ever met. And we've been friends for over 30 years, met doing back-to-back radio shows. And we have a thing we do together called Common Chords. In fact, it's what we actually named our nonprofit in Detroit, Common Chords, which is basically put together in order to build bridges between communities that need bridges being built. And boy, COVID hit right when we were launching a brand new stage show that we just put together called 20 Minutes Apart, which is basically about the fact that we literally grew up 20 minutes apart from each other here in the Detroit area, but we might as well have been in completely different worlds. So we try to think about what is it that brought us together as friends and how can we apply that to what's going on into the world right now. And so we get to do all these great shows. We're doing several coming up. If you check commonchords.net, you can check our schedule there for our online concerts that we're doing. But the work I do with Robert is really special.
Well, that's great. So Brandon will put that in find that link and put it in there, I'm sure.
And I got some good news about my radio program too. This is not too many people know this yet, but starting this Sunday, I'm going to be adding an extra hour to the evening. So a 2-hour show is turning into a 3-hour show. And then 2 of those hours, they're repeating on Saturday night where a Prairie Home Companion and Live from Here used to be. So I'm going to go from 2 hours on the radio to 5, and that's over at WKAR, spell car wrong, WKAR out of Michigan State University. And WKAR.org, you can stream it from anywhere.
Well, so here, in this world, right, the one thing you can be sure of is that every year there's less and less folk music on the radio, except for you. You're you're busting the trend, Matt. You're sending us back the other way. Everybody,
crazy?
They're dropping like flies everywhere, right? But not you. You get an extra 3 hours. There you go.
That's right. Yeah, believe me, I was surprised as anybody. But so yeah, that's been great. So that allows me to play with everybody's repertoire, which is a great feeling, to put together. And again, just needed these days.
Well, would you play another song for us, my friend?
Sure. I had several requests for this one. I've been singing this a lot lately because I just think we need it. This has probably been my most requested song of the last couple of years. I wrote this song when I realized in 2017 that half of my Facebook friends unfriended the other half of my Facebook friends. Has that happened to anyone else? Yeah. It's just not right. I don't want to succumb to this idea that we are all different, because I know in my heart that the opposite is true, that there is actually no difference if you dig deep enough. Been thinking a lot lately too about all the time I've spent over the last several years, like trying to live in the moment, try to be here now, all that kind of stuff we've been working on to make ourselves better. Guess what? Now's the time we get to practice it. It's real easy to talk that stuff, but when it comes right in your face, it's time to open up that toolbox and see what works. Could you love me if I don't look like you? Is it deeper? Is it stronger? Something hidden, something true. If I stare a little longer, will I see myself in you? Could you love me if I don't look like you? Could you love me if I don't think like you? Is it deeper? Is it stronger? Something hidden, something true. If I stare a little longer, will I see myself in you? Could you love me if I don't think like you? This life's a burning candle, and it would be a shame if we ignored the difference between the smoke and the flame. Could you love me if I don't pray like you? Is it deeper? Is it stronger? Something hidden, something true. If I stare a little longer, will I see myself in you? Could you love me if I don't pray like you? This moment is a miracle, so why not find a way to be here and be grateful that we share another day? Could you love me if I don't love like you? Is it deeper? Is it stronger? Something hidden, something true. If I stare a little longer, will I find myself in you? Could you love me if I am not like you?
Thank you so much, Matt. That was beautiful.
Oh, Matt, that was so beautiful. And
Thank you.
I can see why people are asking for that. What is the actual title of that song?
Could you love me?
Could you love me?
And if you go over to YouTube, you can. I put together a little video of that song that I'm pretty proud of.
Oh, nice.
And as long as they'll let me keep it up with all the images I stole, you might get a look. You might want to go look at it fast.
There's a link in the chat for that too.
Oh, thank you, Brandon. I appreciate you doing that last time too.
That was so lovely. I'll email you. I have a couple of questions for you, so that's great.
Absolutely. And if you like the video, share it as much as you can. That's the idea.
Well, that was one of my questions, so I will. As long as I have your permission. Thank
You
you.
got it.
Don, you've got some great hitters there. I'm telling you, I love it.
I'm going to be joining the thing you turned me on to, Neil, as well. That's coming up in October. Looking forward
Yeah, it is. You're right. I'm looking forward to that too. So.
Well, so Matt, thank you so much, and we'll all go over to Carson's right after this. We're good.
Yeah, I want some calamari.
There you go.
Is Katie still here? I thought of Katie the other day. I had to be a guest in somebody's chat like this, and they wanted me to hide my name. So Katie, I went as Ophelia Myaski. Katie said she actually knew, right? Didn't you have somebody you knew that had that name?
It was a customer when we worked at Domino's.
I love it. Ophelia Myaski.
All right. We could definitely go down a rabbit hole with this.
Yeah, that sounds like a title of a new song.
So, Robin and Jenny, save us. All right. So let's have another thank you from Matt before we move.
Yeah, that was so beautiful.
Hey, Matt.
Oh my gosh, this night's been such a treat with Don and Matt and Mustard's retreat. Just
And you guys,
amazing.
oh my goodness,
Yeah.
you guys.
Let's talk about your project. You're so busy. You got so many things going on. I can't keep up with it. So why don't you just sort of try to explain to us all the different things that you've got going on?
Well, we were born in a lonely mining cabin in the West. Now, Robin and I have been married for 22 years, not 43, but we're headed in your direction, Don. And we're both artists. We have the two separate things that we do, and we keep finding excuses to work together. So I write a haiku. I take a photo and write a haiku every day. You can find it on Facebook or Instagram or at jennybeneman.com. And I've put them together in a book. And the second book is coming out this holiday season. It's called Haiku Milieu, photo and haiku for you everywhere you are. And I sort of throw it out to my songwriter friends. Pick a haiku and a photo and write a song to it. So in November, when the book is coming out, there's going to be a Haiku Milieu release concert, and 20 wonderful artists are contributing brand new songs based on a photo and haiku. And Robin is one of them. And I'll let Robin tell you about the album he's working on right now.
Yeah, so just before COVID locked down Illinois, March 12th, I think I finished recording a new album called The Animal Communicator. And so that's been sitting around. Recordings have been sitting around in the can for a few months, and we just finished mixing them. So you're going to start seeing some new recordings trickle out from me. Lots of songs about animals on that record.
Well, so So you're both artists, it's impossible for two artists to stay married. So how are you doing this? Do you live in separate houses? Is that it?
That's even more expensive.
Well, it's our cat who's the real artist, so we're both servants to the cat, basically.
And the lighting behind you is just marvelous.
Oh yeah.
Well, no marriage
Christmas
would
year, all year.
fail, I think. I think what you do is great. I really do. It's got such personality and such style, and so I wonder if we could bend your collective arms into another tune.
I wonder. This is a song that'll give you a sense of Robin's sensibility.
So this is Matt was so wonderful to play a song about people working out differences and coming together, but this is a good old-fashioned breakup song. And people get nervous when they see Robin and Jenny doing a breakup song, but this is kind of like a Halloween where you conjure up the worst image that you can imagine so you can keep it at bay. So that's what this song is about. It's about not getting together. I got a brand new song.
Got a brand new song.
It's not like the old ones.
It's a real sad song about a terrible thing that I'm having some trouble forgetting.
And it starts out on the day we met. Remember last July? Had dinner in Chinatown. That's the last good time we had. By the end of the summer, it all had gone bad. Well, at least I have this brand new song. And it's all about you.
It's all about you.
It's all about you.
It's all about you.
It's all about you. It's all about you.
Got a brand new song and it's all about you.
I got a brand new friend.
Got a brand new friend.
Not at all like you. She got a PhD and a short haircut, and she's been all over the world. But got a brand new song, and it's not about her. 'Cause it's all about you.
It's all about you.
It's all about you.
It's all about you.
It's all about you. It's all about you.
Got a brand new song and it's all about you.
I should have asked you first.
Should have asked you
I hope
first.
you don't mind too much. Well, it must be weird to have an old boyfriend sing a song with his rock and roll dance band on the subject of a failed romance. And it's all about you.
It's all about you.
It's all about you.
It's all about you.
It's all about you. It's all about you.
Got a brand new song and it's all about you.
Yeah, it's all about you.
It's all about you.
It's all about you.
It's all about
It's all about
you.
you.
It's not about me.
It's all about you.
It's all about you. Got a brand new song and it's all about you.
Yikes.
Hey!
Bravo.
Guys,
That was great.
that's awesome.
Robin, if I haven't told you enough, I love your writing, man. I just think it's so original and so fresh.
I love your interpreting.
And your guitar playing is incredible.
Oh, sweet.
Absolutely.
Yeah, this is a treat, man. Normally we're going to 9:30. We might be able to squeeze another tune in here. I'm not sure how that works, but we'll see what. So let's hear it again for Robin and
Hey!
Yeah.
Jenny.
So they have a live stream on 10/2, October 2nd. Jenny and Friends. Is that right?
Yep.
Yep. So that's a Facebook thing.
That all happens on Facebook Live. It's me and Robin for the first 40 minutes. Then we have a guest in, close out the night together.
Why don't everybody mark that down, October 2nd, and maybe we can support some of our friends who drop by here. So thank you so much. We'll see. I'm thinking that we normally go till 9:30, and it's unless there's something wrong with my clock, I think we might be able to squeeze another tune in here. If every, unless you hate playing music. But,
Why don't you do one, Don?
Yeah.
Well, let's let David do one, and then then I'll play something. Okay, so David and Libby, where are you? What square are they at? The Magic Square. They're in the Paul Lynde Square. Where are they? There they are. So David, let's talk a little bit about what you've got coming up. You guys, Libby, didn't you just do something just the other day, Tuesday? Were you working somewhere? Yep.
Right. I can't. Really, there are so many of them. This is a busy month coming up. I know we're doing a big show in Ann Arbor on I think the 6th of October. We're doing the Greenwich Village Folk Festival on the 4th of October. And then doing something with John Gorka for the Homegrown Coffeehouse, I think, on the 1st of October. The best place to... mustardretreat.com has got most of this, or find us on Facebook.
Guys will be popping in to hang out after. Is that right? You're giving away my secret thing. So John Gorka. So here you go, everybody. So who's coming next week to my show? John Gorka, these characters here, and Reggie Gibson. Is Tim Mason still here? I don't know if he's still here.
Reggie's amazing.
But Reggie Gibson, I'm going to squeeze into that thing too. And he is... I don't know how many kinds of awesome he is, but he was the national poetry slam champ, like in the whole country. He was the #1 guy, and he also will go into Roxbury and teach a bunch of urban kids Hamlet, and then they'll put it together and rap the whole play. Like he's that guy. Like I don't know how do you describe something like that? But he's gonna pop in, and I think Jim over there told me that Chris Matthews is coming to that thing too. Does that sound right to you, David?
I know they were working on that. I haven't heard.
Well, we'll think that's a possibility too. So wow. So just pop in at 8:15. You can skip my madness. Just come to the good part. What's wrong with you people?
And then Matt, we're doing something with Matt for Neo. Is it the 20th?
On the 20th, yeah. Matt Wachova, let me see, and David Yu and Garrett Swain, Thomas Prasada Rao and Shannon Address, Ruth Ann Baylor. It's all for the musicians for the greater good. It's
about it's going to be quite a show.
Yeah, it should be quite a show, is right.
Thank you.
I thank you all for helping out with that.
All right, well, that sounds like pretty good. So everybody's got that information. So why don't you go ahead and play something for us, you guys?
Yeah.
All right. Well, there just seem to be there seem to be several themes tonight. But what Matt did made us think of this one. It's called Root and Rain. We turn the earth in winter's shadow, knowing spring is the year, and sing for the moon, sing for the sun, sing for the joy when day is done. Oh, sing for the moon, sing for the sun, sing for the joy when day is done. A simple pleasure, planting gardens, picking stone and pulling weeds, a space beyond the rush and clatter, finding something that we need, and sing for the moon, sing for the sun, sing for the joy when day is done. Oh, sing for the moon, sing for the sun, sing for the joy when day is done. Mystery's not quite forgotten, something that we now reclaim. Down through countless generations, wind and fire, root and rain, and sing for the moon, sing for the sun, sing for the joy when day is done. Oh, sing for the moon, sing for the sun, sing for the joy when day is done. Post-industrial techno-visions tell us how to think and feel. We ignore the corporate chatter and derail their grinding wheels and sing for the moon, sing for the sun, sing for the joy when day is done. Oh, sing for the moon, sing for the sun, sing for the joy when day is done. Knowing that we have the power, each of us in our own way, to make these moments something better. All great changes start that way. And sing for the moon, sing for the sun, sing for the joy when day is done. Oh, sing for the moon, sing for the sun, sing for the joy when day is done. So we turn the earth and keep the promise, root and river, sun and air. Share the harvest and remember who we are and why we care. And sing for the moon, sing for the sun, sing for the joy when day is done. Oh, sing for the moon, sing for the sun, sing for the joy when day is done.
Beautiful, you guys.
Thank you, everybody, Matt, everybody.
This has been a super show as always.
That was awesome. Totally awesome. So let me play something. Let me play something quick, and then we'll see if everyone wants to do a quick one after that. If, unless you get something to do, some place to go. Yeah, this is one I just thought of. I haven't played it for forever. I'm not sure I can still play it. Actually, we'll see. But I have the power to delete this video if I don't like what happens in it. All right. Nope, maybe I can't play it. I'm just an ordinary working Joe, a Chevrolet Nova, 15 years old, a bucket of bolts, but the thing still runs. Don't ask me where my inspection sticker came from. I put a new carburetor on that Chevrolet, blew the radiator on. The very next day it took $200 to fix that car. That's $100 more than I could sell it for. I get paid on Friday. I buy a quart of Budweiser. I don't believe in this work hard to get ahead stuff. I believe in the mega buck. 6 months ago my boss promised me a raise, promised me again the other day, be the happiest man that ever lived if I could pay my rent with his promises and get paid on Friday. Oh yeah, buy some Budweiser. I don't believe in this work hard to get ahead stuff. I believe in the mega bucks. Odds on me hitting the mega bucks, 5, 6, 7, 8 million to 1. The odds on getting rich on what they're paying me, make 8 million to 1. Look like a real sure thing to get paid on Friday. I'll buy some Budweiser. I don't believe in this work hard to get ahead stuff. I believe in the mega bucks.
Yeah.
Hey, done.
Yeah. Wow. Deep track.
A long time.
Deep track tonight. All right. So hey, how about this? What do you call it? Like a bullet round or something, right? Everybody, no Inagata de Vita, no Alice's Restaurant. One time through 4 minutes or less, 5 minute songs. What do you think, Matt? Can you do it? Can a
We'll
folk singer just play a song and not be flapping his lips? That's my question to you.
I have quite a lot to say on that, Don. It's going to be really hard for me to sing this knowing Katie Geddes is in the room and can't sing along with me. I'll build from the lessons I learned in my youth. How will I leave and open my eyes and my heart to the truth? That's how I'll leave this earth. How will I leave? How will I leave this earth? When it comes my time to go, how will they measure my worth? I will live on. Those that I touched while I live in this journey of life from my death to my birth. That's how I'll leave this earth. It's choice and not chance that has brought me along. How will I leave? And showed me the difference between right and wrong. That's how I'll leave this earth. How will I leave? How will I leave this earth? When it comes my time to go, how will they measure my worth? I will live on. Those that I touched while I lived in this journey of life from my death to my birth. That's how I'll leave this earth. Some say we'll live on up in heaven above. How will I leave? I will live on through the ones that I loved. That's how I'll leave this earth. How will I leave? How will I leave this earth? When it comes my time to go, how will they measure my worth? I will live on. Those that I touched while I lived in this journey of life from my death to my birth. That's how I'll leave this earth. In this journey of life from my death to my birth. That's how I'll leave this earth.
Oh, Matt, that's great.
Beautiful.
That harmonizing, I think, was Katie, I bet you. That's great.
Thank you.
Awesome.
That was great, Matt. Katie, you're the best. You guys, it makes me ache to be out there. That's all I'm saying.
I know, me too.
You're killing me, but do what we can. Thank you, Matt. I love you. We'll see you again soon. So let's hear one more time from Matt, which we're
awesome.
Get it sneaking in there too. All right, so Robin and Jenny, where are you?
Right here. Here's a song we wrote together.
In Chicago, you're not allowed to play 3 songs without one of them being a blues song.
They don't see me like I see myself. When they look at me, they see someone else. All they know about me is what you think is true. And you think I'm good enough for you. They don't know me like the way you do. for you. I'm a terrible liar. Most of my lies are true. The only one that wasn't was that I'm good enough for you. I live in fear you'll find me out, 'cause then what will I do? Until then, I'm good enough for you. I'm a dreamer, but none of my dreams come true. The only one I care about is being good enough for you. Then I wake up beside you with no way to misconstrue this feeling. I'm good enough for you. They don't see me like I see myself when they look at me. They see someone else, 'cause all they need to know of me is right there in plain view. You think I'm good enough for you, yes. My plain old love is good enough, and good enough is good enough. Good enough is good enough for you.
Yeah.
Wow.
Blend.
Woo!
Oh, that is awesome.
That was amazing.
Awesome.
Oh, that was amazing.
Tin Pan Alley there, boys, girls.
Love it.
I'm telling you, that was awesome.
Right. You know, around here we would say you guys are the shit.
Around here we go, that was pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's about right, Matt.
Such a treat to be part of this tonight. Really good for the soul.
Yeah.
You
Agreed.
know, I feel that way too.
Tonight.
I need this. I need it. I need to see you all, to hear you all, to feel connected.
Here we go. That was pretty good.
I'm glad to live in a time when I can do this stuff. So,
And Don, you bring us all together, and we all thank you for that, Don.
you.
Yeah.
Woo!
And Robin, don't forget, October 2nd, go to their Facebook thing, write that down. Neil, I know you'll be there if you're free. Tim Mason, short poem. Can you do it?
Sure.
All right.
Let's see. I'm going to go. I've gone on flights of imagination and found out the next day that I've been on some interspecies journeys. So this was written one afternoon after I'd been a dolphin. My world surrounds me. It's a symphony of buoyancy. Surviving here is always a dance. Sliding, spinning, agile, nuanced song, shrill and rich, enfold us all with us in each of the 7 directions we travel continuously. North and south, east and west, above, below, and inward, where we always live. Up and inward, out and inward, we always travel in 2 directions at once. Usually we move in 3. It is in this way we find our food, and in this way find our reason for living. Sensing our place, in the one song of the sea, we find our note and feed. Our song grows. This is a way of things here below and above, though we fear for our family that opted for legs and air. Substances thin their directions harder to follow. When we break the ceiling for oxygen and sky, we grow more and more distressed. The song sounds pain. The song sounds hungry. It resonates pride, greed, dominance, disharmony. We breathe once because it is necessary, dive deeper because it is essential. Anger is not in our nature. Truth, for more than its moment, is not celebrated. Justice, the province of the divine. We dive inward deeper to find rectification, atonement, redemption. We sing from our soul with all our strength. We sing to reach you in the rhythms of nature. We sing to reach you in the stirrings of dreams. We sing to reach you. So join with us, your very being. Sing the song of your soul. Unite the voices above and below. Sing.
Yeah.
Oh, that was badass.
That was really nice.
That was amazing.
Yeah,
Oh my
that was
God.
awesome.
Thank you. That's just what poets do.
Oh, thank you, Tim.
You're quite the poet, my friend.
Tim, next week Reggie's gonna pop in, so you might want to be there for that too.
Oh, yes, very good.
Okay, so let's hear it again for Tim Mason. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if it's the Reggie I'm thinking of, you do not want to miss that.
Reggie Gibson. I'm telling you, I tried to explain him to these people, but I can't. He's not explainable. He just come and I'll show you.
That's right. He's a force of nature. Well worth tuning in for.
Yeah. All right. So David and Libby, take us home here.
Okay. Gonna sing this song every time we can for the next 5 weeks. Ours is a simple faith. Life is a short embrace. Heaven is in this place. Every day, hope is the ground we till. Make each day what you will. Thankful for dreams fulfilled. Every day. No room in this heart for fear. No judgment day drawing near. Trust that inner voice you hear every day. Life's not a goal or race. It's about heart and faith and living a life of grace every day. Ours is a simple faith. Life is a short embrace. Heaven is in this place every day. Hope is the ground we till. Make each day what you will. Thankful for dreams fulfilled every day. Trust is an open hand, making an honest stand, rooted here in the land every day, living the mystery, seeking the harmony here between you and me every day. Ours is a simple faith. Life is a short embrace. Heaven is in this place every day. Hope is the ground we till. Make each day what you will. Thankful for dreams fulfilled every day. Ours is a simple faith. Life is a short embrace. Heaven is in this place every day.
Look around, read till, make each day what you will. Thankful for dreams fulfilled every day.
Oh, Libby and David, that was beautiful.
Oh, that was
Oh,
so good
Thank
for
you
the
so
soul.
much.
So good
Thank
for the
you.
soul.
Matt, thank you.
Thank you so much, you guys. You know that thing is an epic. If that song feels like it's been around for 1,000 years to me. Doesn't it feel like that? Like something that people used to sing, you know, 1,000 years ago.
And I feel like 1,000 years old now. So
Don't look a day over 100. That was really great, and you sing it beautifully together. It's a nice way to sort of cap this off. So here, let me read this one thing for you, and then we'll end this part of it. If anyone wants to hang around and chat, we're all going over to the restaurant after. So what I was just thinking while this was all happening, that I have been pretty dedicated in finding places where people can find their voice. Like I started open mics for people who didn't have a voice, and this kind of is that way too, where everybody kind of gets to say what they want and express themselves. And I think it's a powerful thing to do, to give a voice to people that don't have one, or, you know, to create a platform where they can find their voice. I think it's one of the things you can do quietly that makes a big difference. If someone has a bad experience the first time that they read a poem or sing, they probably are not going to do it again. But if you can create a space where they can do it, be supported, then you unleash that voice, and you don't know where it will go or what will happen with it. So this is just a short thing I wrote for some of the young kids that came into our open mic. You know, some of these kids were homeless, and you know, they never had a place where people wanted to know what they had to say. So we saw you when you slipped in here soaking wet and tried to hide in the corner as if your life was not raining on you. We loved you before you knew we could see you. This place, after all, was built for all of you. Wet and wounded, bullied and broken, ignored and targeted, alone in the worlders, who live in the shadows out there on the edge of belonging. We loved you by leaving you alone and letting you decipher us with those highly developed, piercing refugees' eyes, the ones that can spot a lie, a truth, a weakness, a strength from 30 paces. When you asked yourself, what is this place? We answered without speaking, this is your place. When you asked yourself, who are these people? We answered without speaking, welcome home. Into the cement that we used to build this community, we poured the knowledge that all human beings need to belong and to contribute. You belonged at the minute you entered. You contributed at the moment you found your voice and used it to show us the world behind your eyes. We love you. You deserve it.
oh,
Don, that was stunningly beautiful as always.
yeah.
And it is what you do with your open mics, that's for sure, and your speak ups and everything you do.
And you too, Neil. It's a good legacy around here of people having opportunities to find their voice. So I think we're doing a little bit of that here with our little after parties here and our little gatherings. Thank you to everybody who came tonight. We don't just hit the button and have an abrupt ending here. It's too painful. Do you know what I mean? We're all gathered together, and we like have this illusion of being together, and then all of a sudden hit, you know, blank screen, you know, you know, Facebook, cat video, something stupid happens and you realize you're alone. So we don't do that. I started this meeting, so I'll be the last person to go. You can all leave one at a time, say goodbye, or if you want, just unmute yourself and we'll chat a little bit. But let's thank Jenny, Matt.
Yeah, Jenny. Robin, Matt,
David, Mason, everybody.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Say bye to everybody on Facebook and YouTube.
Bye everybody on YouTube. Bye everybody on Facebook. We're cutting the stream. We're gonna be talking. We're gonna be gossiping after this. You can't listen to this. It's just for us.